Next up on the bench is a Technics SL 3300. This actually came in the box, and the dust cover was I mean, it was stored in the box properly, so the dust cover was removed, the platter was removed. It has the original rubber slip mat, and then it has this felt pad. I'm going to move these out of the way for now. So direct drive turntable comes with a Stanton, says 681 on the side. Triple E, and then there's actually a number engraved on this side. So if my story is correct, which it probably isn't, I believe this came from some guys that I think they work at a radio station in town, so I don't think this was like a production turntable, because this isn't probably what they would use, but maybe they DJ'd with it or something, because again, there's like a tracking, some kind of etch number on that side, and then this is a sticker on this side. I don't know if it comes like that or not, but alright, so let's take this through its paces. This dust cover's got some definite box. There's like some, I don't know if it's scratches or what. Probably from storage. So we'll see if I can buff those out, at least partially buff those out. So let's give this a spin. Well, I should grab one of those slip mats, throw a test record on this and see what happens. Turn my lights off. And throw on Johnny Rivers. Alright, let's plug this in. First I want to just see what it's doing or not doing. Well, light's on. But it's not moving. So let's go to start. Huh, interesting. Oh. Let me put to 33. There you go. You got to know how it works. Well, the drop point looks to be needing an adjustment. The speed is, well, as soon as I touch the pitch controls, the speed gets a little wonky. It's definitely wonky there. Yeah, so speed controls will need to be, or the pitch controls, speed controls will need to be cleaned. Queuing seems to work. Let's see if auto return works. Auto return seems to work. It's repeating. So it's because I had it set to R. Cool. Awesome. See if it shuts off on its own. There we go. All right. So this one looks. Oh. Wait, so that's middle. Just familiarizing myself with how this thing works. And shut off. Do it. There we go. Alright, so it looks kind of like a basic service on this one. So what I will be doing, I'm going to turn the light on. What I'll be doing on this is kind of lubing what I can. I'll have to see if that comes out or not. So if I can, I'll lube the spindle. I mean, I think that needs some attention there. Clean the speed control pots, adjust the drop point, clean this thing up because it is dirty. And then polish the dust cover. So what I'm going to start off with is I'm going to get this stuff out of my way. And I'll have to grab my turntable that I set the turntables on and flip it over and start the service. So I'm going to pause this while I get everything ready. All right, bottom's been removed. I think I can access the bottom of the spindle by removing those two screws. I really don't know. Those are going to be tight. There we go. I'm going to remove this cap and see what this cap is doing. I don't know if I've worked on one of these before. I think I remember working on one, but I go through so many things I lose track. Oh yeah. That's right. This has that little clip. I remember how to remove that. So that plastic clip, I'm gonna have to look at the service manual on this, but I have serviced one of these before, and I think this was kind of a pain. So here's the spindle. You can see it moving. And see that little silver centerpiece? This plastic gear kind of snaps down on top of that, and it snaps into position. And I remember I had one of these, and this gear had a crack in it, and I had to try to fix it. And I don't recall how I removed that gear. Huh. Alright, I'm going to have to do some research on this one and figure out what I'm supposed to do with that. Because I do remember removing it, but I honestly don't remember. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember. All right, so you know what? I'm gonna hold off on that for now. And while I have it in this position, I'm going to clean the pitch control potentiometers. I think on this one, easy way to do that is to remove. So I removed the little slider from that speed, from the speed control. Make sure this is unplugged. And I think I can just pop this off. Show you what I'm working on. Pop this off. Yeah, then I can access. Ooh, can I even get in those? Oh yeah, I think, yeah, I can from the top. I think a little bit. Give these a good workout here. Oh yeah, they instantly, like, they were a little stiff, and now they're moving real nice and easy. Move these a bunch. And I'll keep spinning those after I put it together and flip it over. Oh, and the switch too. But that switch looks like it's sealed. I don't see any openings to get any contact cleaner down in there. So I'm going to leave that for now. I got to adjust this. There we go. It was like, what the heck? Shouldn't be that difficult. So as I put this back in, the pitch control wheels are not, they're not sitting in there straight. Right there. I must have had it a little crooked. I know this is kind of boring. There we go. There we go. All right, so those are good. Yeah. I don't know, something feels off with that. Oh, it's not in all the way. Much better. All right. All right, so those are clean. Let me put that cover back on this. I don't think I'm going to mess around with it. At least right now, I'm going to look and see what exactly I need to do to access that. There's oil there. And the oil is kind of a reddish, it's not brown. So I may just leave it. All right. Well, I'm going to think about what to do about that. All right. And this was a, this is kind of a check it over type job, so. I'm not going to go too crazy with what I'm going to do on it. All right, let me put this back together, come back on the top, and check out the speed and see what that did. All right, I cleaned off as much as I could off the top. With this plastic material, I have to be careful. Usually my Clorox wipes don't affect the finish, but I think it was a Sansui, where it actually started to take some of the finish off, so I just use a wet rag with a little bit of Dawn, and then kind of wipe it off with just water. And that's all I did with this one to protect the finish. I mean, it had these scratches on it beforehand. That's just how it is with these. What I need to do next is set the drop point. So it's underneath this little cap here. Let me get a screwdriver. I don't remember if it's counterclockwise or clockwise on this one. So let me do, I need to move it out a little bit. So, oh, there it is. Let me go, I'm going to do counterclockwise. If it'll turn. Oh man, that thing doesn't want to budge. There we go. Let me do counterclockwise about 1/8 of a turn. See what that does. So that put it way off the record, which is fine. I wonder, it might move if I turn it. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's gonna do that with it. So I'm gonna go clockwise just a little bit and see how that adjusts it. Oh man, it's just about perfect. It needs to come in maybe just a hair, just like not even a millimeter. So I'm going to turn it just, I mean, I don't even know if I moved it. I probably moved it just a fraction of a millimeter there. And good. That's just about perfect. Just got to turn it just a little, just a smidge. There we go. Now that should drop it right where it needs to go. Better, much better. Yep, that's where it needs to go. All right. I'm gonna see what this, see what's going on with the Tonearm, because it was pushed all the way up. So I'm not sure what this Stanton, what I say it was, 681. I'm gonna have to check to see what the Stanton 681 is supposed to run at, and I think I have to add, because this has the brush, I have to add, I think, 1 gram. I think I have to add 1 gram, but let me check that out, because I'm gonna make sure this is set properly. All right, so what I found was, sorry, I'm getting my scale. What I found was 0.75 to 1.25 recommended VTF plus 1 gram for the brush. So I'm kind of doing a poor man's alignment on it right now. So that's 0. So that would be, if I set it to 1, so 0.75 to 1.25, right in the middle is 1, I would set it to 2 grams with the brush. So let's see how close, whoops, hey, let's see how close I get with it. And anti-skate set to 0. 1.96, 1.97, very, very close. So I'm gonna say that's okay. So I decided I'm not gonna mess with the spindle. I'm not going to. So I'm not gonna worry about breaking that apart and cleaning that. On this one. Speed's great on it. It functions the way it's supposed to. Let me set this to, I'm going to set it to 1. I'm going to have to check that. So normally the anti-skate, what I do is set the anti-skate for the same as the tracking force, but because this has a brush, I think I'm going to go with 1. And then if it sounds like crap, and I have an alignment, what's it called, a hi-fi like test disc, so I can go ahead and grab that and make sure I'm not getting weird, Ralph here, any weird like inner groove or outer groove distortion, and I can adjust the tracking that way. I'm going to give it a sound check though. So let's see. Got it on phono. Got that going. Get some. Whoa! Lots of feedback there. That's kind of crazy. Well, I'm getting a really bad hum. So that may be just how I have it connected. So I'm going to have to see what's going on there. I have to use little extenders for my RCA cables, and so the connection isn't there. Yeah, they were like halfway out. So let's see. No, I still got a really bad, that's a really bad hum there. Huh. Well, I'm going to have to track that down. I don't know if you can hear that, but that is a bad hum. So I'm gonna look at everything off camera and see if I can figure out what's causing that. So I suspect, I don't know if you can see that. If you look at the ends on the head shell, they should be kind of shiny, not dull like that, not with any tarnish or corrosion. So I think I'm going to clean those first. A little bit of contact cleaner. Because that will definitely cause that hum. Oh yeah, look at that. It brought quite a bit off of the post. And I will also hit the contacts in the Tonearm itself. Oh yeah, look at that's like all dirty. Oh, and these are, the ends are like, they're like covered. So hopefully that was it. May not be it. Maybe some other issue. But hopefully that's it. Oh, it also looks like that little kind of washer. Oh, look, that thing's just falling apart. That little spacer that goes on the end of the head shell. I have a whole bunch of head shells. I'm going to see if I can pull one off another one and pop it on there. Ah, that seemed to fix it. I'm running out of juice on my camera too, so this may cut out. If it does, I'm just going to pick it up probably with polishing the dust cover. But I want to make sure I get some sound out of this. Oh, yep. Pops and crackles both sides. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to end this segment and come back after I have polished the dust cover. I will do a real quick before. Here's what it looks like before the polish. And when I come back, it will be polished and you will see what it looks like afterwards. So here's the dust cover after the polish. These are pretty deep scratches. They're kind of like scooped. So that one's almost like a burn or something. So tried to get them as well as I could, but without sanding this down and taking a whole bunch of time to try to clear it up. You know, I just don't know that this is worth all that. And you know, the problem is I've shown in other videos how you can sand it down. So when I was interrupted there. When I sand these down, you know, this dust cover is very clear. When you sand it down, although it hides the blemishes, you usually end up with a little bit more of a hazy look to it. And this isn't all that bad. Got scratch here. You still have the marks from where it was stored in the box. But here's what it looks like under some natural lighting. And you can see the imperfections. Again, This was just kind of a quick polish. I mean, as I always say, it looks better. You know, it's not perfect, but it definitely looks better. So this is ready to go back to the shop. Yeah, that's all there was on this one. So if you like what you see, hit like, hit subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.